So tonight, welcome, come on in. I'm going to send out a text message real quick to those of you that are on my text message notification, but we are going to be doing the April wreath kit of the month. Yes. So it is a boho inspired. It's fun. It's trendy. It is really, really making a fun statement, and it's an everyday wreath. So, this one can go on any door, and I will tell you, whoops, there we go. And I will tell you that if you have someone in your life that is getting married or has, a significant event coming up, such as that housewarming gift, this would make a perfect gift. So I'm going to go ahead and send out that text message. Yay. And we're going to get started. We might be serenaded a little bit in the background, but it's not going to be too bad. My husband is in there practicing his guitar, but I'm going to start things out by giving you measurements, okay? Because I've gone ahead and I've got a lot of pre-work done already. Let me see if that went through for you all. And it looks like it did. Yay. So I started out with some pre-work. So let me show you what all you're going to get. Oh, wait a minute. Run real quick. If you have not gotten the wreath kit of the month and want to learn more about it, I'm going to give you a link right there. And that link will allow you to look and see what the wreath kit of the month is all about. And you can actually sign up. So you get a wreath kit. It's a subscription. So every month I send you a new wreath kit. It's valued at least $65. Your price is $52. And that doesn't change. That's the really cool part about it, is this does not change at all. Your price does not. Hey, Teresa. Evening, Vicky. How so good to see you. All right. Let me see if I can pin that. Okay, there we go. So I pinned a link to the wreath kit of the month if you're not a current subscriber, but don't worry. We do have a few open subscriptions. So we usually sell out every month, but then every now and then we'll have someone that might cancel their subscription. I've had 2 people actually this month have some significant illness going on in their family. And, we certainly can appreciate the fact that you don't have time and that family comes first, right? So, let's see. All right. So as I said, I'm going to start out with measurements, but first let me show you what you're going to get in this kit. So this month's wreath kit of the month comes with the inspiration of our hello sign. So remember I said it was in the boho kind of style? Exactly. So it's got those trendy colors, those boho colors going on. And it starts with this 10-inch UV protected sign. And it also comes with 2 rolls of this polyjute metallic mesh. Metallic. Hang on. Where's the end of it? There it is. So check that out. This mesh is absolutely stunning. And it's a very good quality mesh. It's very thick. So it's going to make a nice full base, wreath base for us. So it comes with the sign, 2 rolls of mesh, your wreath frame, all 3 rolls of this ribbon, and you get the full roll. That's the nice thing about when you get my wreath kit of the month, is you don't get 3 yards, 5 yards, you get the entire roll, because I really am a true believer that y'all should be able to be creative. Even though I might use half a roll, you might want to make the whole thing. Hey, Claire, I just saw your finished one. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Claire has gotten her wreath kit of the month done, and she sent me a picture. It's super cute. Super cute. All right, so far you get all of this, but you also get, this is where it really just takes off. Look at this fun. These little pom-poms, I don't even know what they're called, but these are stinking fun, and it really adds another level to this combination. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by telling you some measurements here. So I've got my ribbon about ready, and we're going to be using these 3 ribbon for ribbon tails. And this ribbon, the 2.5, I cut at 12 inches. The 1.5 inch scalloped, this is a mint green, I cut at 10 inches. And the yellow Swiss dot, I cut at 14 inches. So 12, 10, 14. Remember that, because we're going to come back to those. So our mesh, however, I'm going to be cutting it at 32 inches. And again, this is super thick. It's a very, very nice mesh. It's a very good quality mesh. And so you're going to be able to get a nice full base on that. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. Hello, hello, friends. By the way, I am live on YouTube as well. So if you're watching over on YouTube, hello, hello. It's Stephanie with Festive Creations by Stephanie. And this is our wreath kit of the month. All right. So what I typically do is I will start by adding a cable timeout to the back of the sign. I got jute mesh all over this. I don't like holes in my sign. So when you get your sign, it doesn't have any holes. You can add holes using a jewelry hole punch, or you can do what I do, and I use these cable tie mounts. So I use some cable tie mounts. I attach it to my frame using my DAP Rapid Fuse glue, and I like for that to cure while I'm doing all of my other things. And then we will add pipe cleaners to this as well. So the pipe cleaners and cable tie mounts do not come with the kit, because each person is individual. You may want holes, you may not want holes. So I leave that up to you as the creative person. Debbie, hello, good to see you. All right, let me start by cutting our mesh. Oh, something just hit my foot. It was my yellow ribbon, tiny yellow ribbon. So again, this is a poly jute metallic mesh that comes with this kit. My roller is where? Okay, seriously? I don't have a roller. A cutter. There it is. No, my craft room is totally organized. Of course it is. How dare you think otherwise? Oh, Nicole, getting my order soon. Yay. I'm excited for you. Miss Juanita, hello, hello. Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to really talk to you guys because things are a little wonky at work these days at Festive Creations. And I haven't said anything to anyone yet. So you're going to be the first one with the news. Are you ready for the news? Heather. It's about Heather. Heather broke her thumb. Heather is in a splint and a sling because she fractured her thumb this past weekend while hiking. So Heather has not been packing your boxes this week. Stephanie has. So now you know when you get your order, if anything's wrong, you blame it on Heather, but it's probably my fault. No, just kidding. Actually, we're tag teaming it, even though she can't use her left hand. She is, hey, Robin. She is still helping with pulling orders because she can grab things off the shelf. And we have a system where we put everything in a bucket or, you know, a designated tote. And then I pack it from there. I will tell you that that's not my normal job. And so I get exhausted very easily. Very easy. I know, Nicole, girl. I'm telling you, she hated, you could just see the fear on her face when she came Sunday night. Her and her husband stopped by and come walking in. I was working on my taxes. And she's like, I have something to share with you. And she comes around the corner and her arm is in a sling. So we're going to send bubble wrap to Heather for Easter. If you don't mind, send some bubble wrap. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Appreciate the humor anyway. All right, 32 inches on this poly jute metallic mesh. That's what we're going with. And we're going to need a total of 18. Oh, you're welcome, Debbie. You're welcome. Oh, we worked very, very hard Monday. Well, all 3 days now. And just kind of, she's doing the best she can. I told her those Monday, she went home for lunch. When she came back, I said, now that you've worked a half a day, how's your pain level? And she's like, I'm not going to lie. And I knew she would be in a lot of pain because, you know, even though we've got her arm in a sling and her hand is in that splint, we naturally as human beings, and the nurse side of me knows that you're just reflex. You're going to want to use that arm and hand. Robin, I know, right? This actually comes with the wreath kit of the month, this month. So the month of April. So if you've got this month's wreath kit of the month, you will be getting this mesh as well. But so anyway, she did take a pain pill on her lunch break. And Tuesday and Wednesday haven't been quite as... Mondays are always busier because we have the 3 days worth of orders, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, it wasn't quite as bad for her. But hopefully, are you guys ready for Easter? Let me count real quick while you answer that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more. You guys ready for Easter? Are you entertaining or cooking for Easter? Just curious, who out there? Okay, so we used 32 inches. And we used that much of the rolls, so we do have some leftover. All right. Set that back out of our way. Is this kit still available? Juanita, it is. I have a few of them left. I actually pinned the link to this live. It should be up at the top under the comment section. It should be at the very top. It's a pinned comment. And it is available. It is part of the wreath kit of the month. It is a subscription, which you can cancel at any time. So if you wanted to get this one and then cancel before next month, but I will tell you every month you get a new kit, and it will have an exclusive sign. So that's the only place you can get the sign and the kits. We curate. Heather and I actually tag team this, and we when we go to market, we curate all the things. We match everything up and then bring it back home to you all. So this is planned out a year in advance. Isn't that crazy to think of? Because that's what we have to do. All right. So 32 inches on my mesh. I am going to use the woodland ruffle method, and I use a little clip right there. And again, it's got, you see how it's kind of got an ombre effect? So I'm going to actually use that to our advantage because this side of it is kind of less metallic, and it's a lighter tan, where this is more of a chocolate and has more metallic on this side. So I'm going to use that to our advantage, and I'm going to kind of alternate them that way. How fun. Going to my aunt and uncle's home, going to celebrate their 67 years, Debbie. That is awesome. That is amazing. You don't have that very often these days, do you? Guys, I DJ weddings. Not as much anymore, but some good friends of mine, they had asked me last year, I think it was, to DJ their wedding. And so we did. And one thing I love to do at weddings is do a dance where all the married couples get out on the dance floor, and then you start saying, you know, who's been married for 5 years or less, leave the dance floor. You know, so you kind of go 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. And it's really awesome to see when you get down to, let me see how I want to do that. I'm going to do it this way. When you get when you get to the 50s and 60s. And so their parents actually, how long have Rick and Bonnie been married? It was over 60 years as well. It just gives you chills, doesn't it? To think about that they've been together that long. I think it's cool as heck. I'm just happy to make it through 20. We're going to hit 21 this year if we make it to June. Gary and I are going to be hosting Easter dinner here. Our kitchen remodel is almost completely done. It's done enough. The only thing that's left is we have to get a backsplash, and we've not decided on a backsplash yet. So we get to host our first family dinner here. Debbie, I know, it's just, like I said, it gives me chills just to think about it. When I think about it. So many changes. All right, isn't that beautiful? If you're just jumping on, this is our focal point, is that trendy boho sign right there. And of course, that is a neutral sign that's going to be able to hang up all season long from spring until fall, if you so desire. And so, as I said earlier, if you have someone in your family or not, friend, that's getting married, this would make a great wedding gift. Also a housewarming gift, Mother's Day gift. Yes? Look at that. Look at how fun that mesh is. So you get 2 rolls of the mesh. I was married 42 years before my husband passed in 22. Vicky, bless your heart. Bless your heart. That's crazy. Good for you. Jenny, you're having meatballs and chicken pot pie, family bring cheesy potato salad, fruit pies, and whatever else shows up. How fun. Thank you. Happy Easter to you. We're going to do the traditional ham. And we have a meat packing, smoking place. It's called Heinkel. And they have their, what the heck do you call it? Well, anyway, it's right here in Decatur. And so Gary went Monday and picked up our hams, because we've got 2 of them, because we're expecting about 25 to 30 people. So we've got 2 hams. And yeah, we're going to do traditional ham, and I have to do deviled eggs. That's a tradition. And we were just talking about desserts. I don't have my desserts finished yet, but we've got the other menu pretty well figured out. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Food. Anybody got any good suggestions for desserts for Easter? Right now, here's what's been going on my mind. Right now, I've been thinking of chocolate cream pie. I make a great chocolate cream pie. I don't make the crust. My mom is the only one that could ever make a crust, and she's gone. So I buy the crust, and sorry, I had to get a drink. But my chocolate cream filling is all made from scratch, and it is heavenly. Rich, of course. And then I was thinking, have you guys ever heard of Better Than Sex dessert? It's called Better Than Sex. And it's got chocolate and layers in it. And yeah, it's heavenly. Carrot cake. Oh, Teresa, that's right. I need to probably do carrot cake. I forgot about it. Now, Gary loves coconut cream pie. Hey, Mary. Gary loves coconut cream pie, but that's not my jam. I cannot do, well, I won't say that. I choose not to make a coconut cream pie because he's the only one that eats it. Now, his sister, when we go to her house, she always makes a coconut cream pie, but she's got more people in her neck of the woods that eats the coconut cream pie. It would just go to waste here. Chocolate cream pie is one of my favorites. I'm telling Debbie, I have this recipe that actually was, I stumbled across, and I'm trying to remember, I have the cookbook. It's one of the very few cookbooks that I still physically have. But I actually made a happy mistake with it, and it called for something, and I had to substitute it. And it had to do with the thickening. It was either, it called for cornstarch and I didn't have cornstarch, so I substituted it with flour or something along that lines. And it turned out amazing. And so I've never altered it since then. I've just kept it. And it uses semi-sweet chocolate chips. Ugh. Of course, real cream. All that fun stuff. It's made from scratch and it is heavenly. Am I making you guys hungry yet? Our gang buys Marie Calendar pies. Yes, Jenny, that's what Gary was thinking. He's like, well, we got to get to the store and get our desserts. I'm like, no. Stephanie is making desserts this year. I love to be in the kitchen, and I used to own my own bakery, so I love to make the desserts and all the fun things. And I just haven't had it just seems like life's been crazy. Thanksgiving, I didn't cook anything or bake anything. Christmas, I didn't. And I'm like, no, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take some time off on Saturday, and I'm going to get all of that prepped. I'm going to have my eggs made, and everything is as much as possible done on Saturday, because we're going to do an Easter egg hunt on Sunday. Lemon meringue pie is my favorite. Ooh, everything lemon. I like the way I do too. And Teresa, I have to tell you, ever since I quit smoking, I have found that I like it even more. So I normally wasn't a big fan of spicier foods, but since I quit smoking, I'm more of a fan. And yes, the lemon, that zest in there, definitely. By the way, it's been a little over 2 years now, y'all. 2 years ago. I never thought in my life that I would quit smoking after 40 years, and we are on year 2. I've had lung scans. My doctor has me get a lung scan. I've had 2 now, and they're all clear as a bell. So, looking good. Looking good. Yeah, and Teresa, there's that. You know what? I need to maybe give myself a little grace, because we actually, I went back and looked, we started that project in October. So that would have ran over Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? So Christmas, we still had a sink. We didn't take out the sink until about February, maybe mid-February. So we went without a kitchen sink for like 6 weeks or more. I don't remember the exact date, but thank you for pointing that out. Lisa, yes. Definitely jack of all trades, master of none, my mother would say. I owned my own bakery. Of course, I was in healthcare for 42 years. Started out when I was 17 years old as a CNA, or actually back then it was an NA. And DJ, definitely. I actually really enjoy all of it. My husband's mom passed away 2 years ago on Easter. She always made this big Easter egg Jell-O mold. Oh, that's cool. See, I love that. Look at that. That's not awesome, Nicole. I think I've been about 10 years now, Lisa. That's awesome. And Teresa, you know, it has to be on your terms. That's the thing. It has to be on your terms. And I had not just one, but I had multiple reasons why I wanted to quit. But I remember the day that I quit, we were on our way to my granddaughter's birthday party. And I always felt horrible that I might smell like smoke around my grandkids. And I hated that guilt. And I hated the guilt of hugging somebody and thinking and apologizing ahead of time, I might smell like smoke. And so, but it was my granddaughter's birthday party where I said, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I'm tired. It'll be a year, Bridget. Awesome. I did not know that. That's awesome. Congratulations. Hey, Carol. How are you? We are working on the April wreath kit of the month. If you guys are just jumping in here. And this month's kit is all about every day. Got the fresh colors, the boho kind of feeling, and perfect for a Mother's Day gift, a housewarming gift, a wedding gift, or a personal. Just keep it. Just lost 82 pounds, scared of gaining it back. Hang on, I got a nail. I can appreciate that. My doctor always said that the lesser of the two evils, he said, quit smoking first. Because that's much worse on your body than the weight gain. And I gained some. Well, actually, I gained about 30 pounds, but I've got it back off now. Friends, I have a nail that has to be cut here. Hang on a second. And of course, it's on my right hand. There, it's gone. It was catching on the mesh. Okay. But congratulations. Rosie, I'm fine, girl. How are you? Y'all, it seems like forever since I've been on a live. But you'll see more of me now. Things are starting to settle down. I've got another wreath kit that I want to make. And so I might go live tomorrow and make it. It's a welcome daisy one. It's really cute. Good. I'm so glad to see you. Friends, if you know of anyone that might enjoy or appreciate this kit, be sure to mention them in the comments down below. And also, if you want to get, if you don't currently know, if you don't currently get notifications when I go live, if you type in the comments right now on my live, if you comment exclamation point notify, exclamation point to notify, no spaces, Facebook will notify you when I go live. If you're not on my text message or getting notifications now. And Teresa, girl, you're preaching to the choir. I know exactly what you're talking about. Ebbs and tides, right? Hey, Miss Candace, thank you. Mary, these are all cut at 32 inches. Is this not gorgeous? So this is a poly jute metallic mesh, and it's got that ombre kind of vibe to it. And it makes a very, very nice, full, thick base. And I mean, density-wise, it is nice and full. So actually at the beginning of this video, I started out with all my measurements and told you guys what measurements I use, but I'll repeat them as I go along when we get back to the ribbon. It's okay, Candace. You should see some of Joyce. You will want to put an exclamation point in front of that notify in order to get notifies. Rosie, you'll want to put the exclamation point first and then notify. There we go. Robin got it. Yep. Awesome. All right. So we've got our base going on. We've got all three of these ribbon that we're going to be using. And we've got our sign here. So I'm going to go ahead and add my pipe cleaner to my sign. And there we go. So those of you that follow me know I don't like to necessarily always put my sign in the center of a wreath. I like to have it offset. And tonight's not going to be any different. especially since we have these fun, whimsical pom-poms that we're going to be integrating into this kit, into this wreath. How fun. That's really cute. We had so much fun putting this kit together. All right, I'm not going to lie. We have fun putting all the kits together. We're already looking at May's kit. And so we start early. You know, we have to get, of course, everything for all of our kits through the end of the year are in my possession. How many of you are worried or concerned or wondering about the tariffs, right? I'm sure it's been on everybody's mind because it's all over everywhere, right? The tariffs. So I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit because, as I said, all of our supplies are here already through December. Yeah, Bridget says me. So what that means is it puts me in a great spot because I'm not having to pay those high tariffs. I don't have to make any changes because all of my items through, especially the wreath kits, I've still got some outstanding Christmas items that are not here yet, but they're here. They're not over in China. And, you know, I don't know if you guys realize it, but Taiwan and China is a lot of places is where our ribbon comes from. And so it definitely affects people that buy ribbon, but I'm really sitting pretty in the fact that all of my stuff is already here. 90% of it is. So I'm sitting back going, I don't have to raise prices. And I'm hoping that they get over this trade wars very soon so that, of course, any outstanding orders or any future orders do not get taxed, right? So I feel really good about that. I'm not going to lie. I've talked to other business owners in the same situation that I am in, and they don't have all of their supplies for the rest of the year. And so they're waiting for those to come in, and it's kind of touch and go. You just don't know. So we're just kind of going day by day. But hopefully that'll give you guys some peace of mind with Festive Creations, because we should not have, we don't have to raise our prices because it's the same thing. I've already paid for it. And I didn't have to pay those tariffs on it. So I like that. I like that for you. Bridget, I know, right? In fact, if anything, so the reason I have mine earlier than most people is because when I went to market last time, I ordered ahead because last year you all started buying early in the season. So what I mean by that is you were starting to buy fall in May. And by the way, you're doing it again this year. So I didn't have much fall. Usually we don't stock fall until June. And so when y'all started buying fall in May, I'm like, crud. I didn't have a whole lot in May. It wasn't supposed to arrive till June. So this year I said, I'm not going to get caught with my pants down again. And so I pre-ordered, and I have 90% of my fall is here, and a good portion of my Christmas is here or sitting at the warehouse at the wholesalers. So it beat the tariff. And yeah, so I'm okay. And like I said, y'all are starting to buy fall already. It's not even May yet. And Halloween. It's great. It's awesome. Okay, what do you think of the colors? Are you guys like, or are you saying, heck yeah? I'm afraid if it continues the fall and holiday craft season, people will not have as much disposable income to spend. And Debbie, it depends on what your ideal customer is and where you are setting up at. So, you know, where you're selling your locally, because if you're selling at the church bazaars, their disposable income may not be. But if you are selling more in an area where it's higher income area, you may not have to worry about it at all, because there's going to be a certain level of income that it's not going to affect. I mean, sure, it might cause our grocery prices to go up, but it's not going to make that big of a difference for them. I would not put too much weight into it. Not at this time anyway. Candace, do you? Awesome. Bridget said, heck yeah. Joyce, you like them? Awesome. So, true story, we actually had another ribbon. Which one was it? We had another ribbon picked out for this kit, and it didn't get here. Like, it was still sitting in China or Taiwan or wherever 2 months ago. And so we're like, oh, we can't wait. We can't wait. So we went ahead and found a substitute, and we are actually going, what the hell, why didn't we pick out these colors before? So we really, really like the way it came out. Yes, just take a little breath, Debbie. Take a little breath. These are so fun, and they're soft. You can tell, like, in the center is, let me see if I can show you. In the center, there's like a pod of styrofoam. And so there's styrofoam about that size, but that's so that this comes out and is all fluffy like that. They're really fun. All right, let's add some ribbon tails. Teresa, I know, right? So for this one, I cut 12 inches for the peach colored, 10 inches for the mint green, and the yellow is at 14 inches. And I'm going to show you why here in just a moment. So I'm going to take 2 of these, and I'm going to stack them together, put them on a twist tie. But then my yellow is actually going to be like a breast cancer awareness ribbon. And it's going to go right on top. So it's going to be and I want to see if I want to make it go this direction. Can y'all see that? Yes, you can. Good. So I can either put it that direction, or I can bring it around this direction, but I feel like if I do that, it's going to get lost. Nope, I like it the other way. So it's going to be like a little breast cancer awareness. So what this does is give it some non-traditional effect, right? So I get bored, you know, the same 3 layers of ribbon tails. No, just like the bow tonight. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see the bow I have in mind. Using all 3 of these ribbon. So I'm just going to give that a quick twist, because I'm going to untwist it again here in a minute. Oops, I missed a dovetail. Looks like a couple of them. I only got one end. And these, again, are 14 inches. Just kind of pinch that like that. It pops out. Yes, it does. And that's what I loved about adding that yellow to it, is it really made it pop out. Can you all hear my husband playing in there? He's always like, is it going to bother you? Usually you guys enjoy it. That fingernail is still trying to catch. The scissors just aren't cutting it. So what are you guys working on right now? What are you crafting right now? Debbie, I know, Debbie, I think you're one of them that started to get some fall, haven't you? I feel like, could I be wrong? There we go. But what are you guys working on? Yes, if you do exclamation point notify, no spaces, Facebook will notify you when I am going live. If you're not on my text message notifications, that's the next best way to get notified when we go live. Joey's awesome. You like, Claire, you like those? Claire, you didn't use much yellow on yours. Yours had that, it looked like that Japanese, whatever it's called. But that color looked cute in there. Getting ready for a 2-day Mother's Day show coming up. Pamela, how fun. So Pamela, what are you taking? Are you taking a lot of everyday? Okay, Debbie, I thought so. Are you taking a lot of everyday, spring, combination of both? Teresa said, I've been working on an Easter one. Hang on. For a weekend party. I need to finish it tomorrow and I need to get paid. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker. It has to be done for you to get paid. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Working on some neutral everyday race, Teresa said. And that's kind of where this one's going to be heading, right? It's more of a neutral everyday with all the beautiful pops of color in there. Every day, Pamela said, spring, summer, and 4th of July. Awesome. Oops, wrong way. I think my dogs ran outside. I hear noises. Getting ready to put my house on the market and move to Florida, so I'm not wreathing right now. Candace, girl, where do you live at currently? I have a 2-day craft show first weekend in May, Claire. Oh, well, I hope you and Debbie both do super well at your craft shows. I have someone wanting a small wreath made for all stuff for it, but having trouble with making a pixie wreath. My pipe cleaner won't stay still. So what you can do though is take your glue gun and put just a spot of glue at the base of that pipe cleaner, and that will keep it sitting still. I'm assuming that you're using the pipe cleaner like as the pencil ties. So where mine has the pencil ties, like if you're using a Dollar Tree frame or those small frames, and adding your own pipe cleaner. So what I do is I put, hang on, let me see. I got it. Lord child, I don't even have a wreath frame around here, an empty one. But right there where I add my pipe cleaner, I just put a spot of glue there because I don't want it to shift. I don't want it to shift after the customer takes it home either. So that mounts it in place for me. Hey, Miss Kim. Happy hump day. Hey, Vicki. Wisconsin. Oh, that's a big move, Candace. Oh, get ahead of myself. I clearly did not finish cutting all the yellow. I was trying to get them all cut before I went live. But that's okay. We can do it. This is, yeah, we're working on the April wreath kit of the month in these fun boho colors and trendy colors too. These are so popular this year. Has anyone found the Dollar Tree wireframes at any of the Dollar Tree stores? Just curious. I can't find any. Pamela, have you gone online and looked? Because if you go shop at Dollar Tree, you can have them shipped to your store. And I feel like it's more territorial. Now, I think there is a caveat that you have to order a certain quantity. It just depends on what the item is. Trading my Uggs for flip-flops forever. I love that. You need a t-shirt with that on it. That's awesome, Candace. What part of Florida are you moving to? We got all kinds of friends down there. Tina said, I'm getting back to making every day in 4th of July wreaths after my daughter had my grandson on Monday and had to absolutely temporarily stop for such a wonderful event. He's perfect. Love him. Congratulations, Grandma. That's awesome. Good for you, Tina. You needed that hiatus, right? Take a break there. Everything's easy with practice, right, Bridget? Hey, Connie from Montana. How are you, my friend? Yes, I did, and I didn't see them there either. I'll check again. I'm pretty sure that they're available online. The last time, let's see. I was just in a Dollar Tree a couple of weeks ago, but I wasn't looking for frames, but my Dollar Trees around here normally have them. I love turquoise and brown together. Aren't they beautiful together? I agree, Claire. Bridget, of course. Not at all. Okay, Karen. Many of the Dollar Trees that I don't have them. Crazy, I thought my Dollar Trees were the only one, and I'm in Virginia. Now, for me, Walmart usually carries some frames without the twist ties, but they're usually weird sizes, like a 20-inch and an 8-inch, or something like that. And it just depends on what you're making, I guess, but that's another place that you can look. I don't think Hobby Lobby carries them off season, do they? I think Hobby Lobby only has them during the holiday season. Am I right? I cut some more of these. I don't know where I left off. And again, the yellow ones are 14 inches. I'll call it North Central Horse Country. Ooh, I like that. You're welcome, Pam. Now, what the hell did I do? Clearly, I cannot measure. Okay, this one's closer. There was a big difference on that. Stop gawking and pay attention, Stephanie. Very welcome, Pamela. All right, 14 inches, so 28 and 14. Should be 14 and 14. There we go. Let me see how many I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go with 9 more. That's the big ones, not the popular size. Dollar Tree. Now, see, that's just the opposite, Pamela, or Teresa. My Dollar Tree normally has. Now, I actually carry 14-inch wire frames. So, hello. I never even thought about that. Hello, friends. I have, if you go to festivecreationsbystephanie.com and go to the wreath frames section, I have 14-inch frames that do not have twist ties on them. They're like $2 and some change, I want to say. So if you're really desperate, then head on over to festivecreationsbystephanie.com. Here I am trying to help you out with Dollar Tree, but I know for sure I have some. I don't have a whole lot left. Mary, the yellow ribbon is cut at 14 inches. So the peach colored is, or the coral is 12, the mint is 10, and the yellow is 14. 4, 6, 8. I'm going to stop right there at 8 And if we need more, that's okay. I ordered 3 cases of frame, but I think they were only selling them for a short time. You had to pay the shipping. Okay, now y'all got me wondering. I'm going to have to go to my Dollar Tree and see what the heck. Because I know ours around here normally has them. Interesting. Pamela, you're welcome. Teresa said Cape Girardeau, Missouri. No, Dollar Trees don't have them. And Craft Outlet is out of the 14-inch. Yeah, and I know I'm almost out. I also have 10-inch frames. I like the 10-inch frames. They have the twist ties on them, the pencil ties. But the 10-inch frames only take 1 roll of mesh. And it makes a 22-inch in diameter wreath. So it makes a nice, so this one, a 15-inch frame, typically makes a 24-inch diameter wreath, where the 10-inch frame will make a 22-inch frame or diameter. So if you've not tried a 10-inch, go try them. I have them in all the colors. I have burlap, pink, black, white, you know, your common colors. Grab one and just try it and see if you like it. I like it in the fact that it's a great size to use like for 8-inch signs, and it only takes 1 roll of mesh. You only use them for flatter wreaths? Yeah, so more like the pancake wreaths? Yeah. Sorry, man. The width of this yellow. Oh, the width of this yellow is actually Mary's 7/8 inch. It's a 7/8 inch. And that's quite all right. Thank you for clarifying. They do, Teresa. They come from China. Yep. I checked all around where I live, and there's like 10 different Dollar Trees I could go to. Not one of them had an 8-inch or what is it, 12 or 14. I had to order both of them, and they're not carrying them every time I want something. Virginia. Go to festivecreationsbystephanie.com. I have 14-inch ones. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so we did the entire bottom row with our ribbon tails. Now I'm going to start on the top. And this will go a little bit quicker because number one, there's 8 on the top instead of 10. We just did 10 on the bottom. All right, let's get this guy rocking and rolling here. You know, Heather told you the last time you were there, you might as well shop. I think she said you ended up shopping. I just ordered mine on Dollar Tree online, and you had to buy a case. Yes, you have to buy it by the case, Cindy. I had them shipped to the store for pickup, no shipping. Yep, as long as you have it shipped to the store, Dollar Tree does not charge you for shipping, at least at this time. I order, I'll order like notepads, like a case of notepads from Dollar Tree and have them shipped to the store. So there's a few things that I will get. As you can imagine, we go through several notepads at Festive Creations. 12 inches for the coral, 10 inches for the mint green, and 14 inches on the yellow Swiss dot. Is there a tutorial for the 10-inch frame, like measurements for the... yes, so if you go to my blog, which is, it's festivecreationsblog.com, and then /blog. It's all blog. For Festive Creations, blog.com/blog. And if you go to the search bar and just type in 10-inch, it'll come up in the search. Don't put anything else in there. Just put 10-inch. Less is more. And I have a tutorial over there on my website, on my blog. Mary, you're very welcome. Teresa, I tried. Now, you guys know, printing them, red, white. Oh, yeah, Virginia, I've seen, I know exactly what you're talking about. I love those. That's a very, very time consuming, I feel like. Does it take you very long to do those? She uses them to put those clothespins. She paints them in red, white, and blue, and they're beautiful. I came home and had forgot some items. Oh, that's why. I know. Heather's pretty awesome. I don't know, Bridget, if you heard earlier though, Heather's out of commission for a little while. Not 100% commission, but she's at 50% commission after a little tumble at Rock Springs this past weekend. She might have a broken digit. No, it's not might. She does have a broken digit on her left hand. Her thumb is broke. She is in a splint. And she will be in a splint for a while because she did it good. You know, if you're going to do something, go big or go home, right? Okay, coming around. We are on the home stretch. So as soon as we get the rest of these tails on here, we're going to add that sign and really make a difference, right? Just a drawing of the paint. I don't think it takes more than an hour. But you add glitter, so that's an extra step. Yes. Oh, how fun. Come on now, behave. Gotta go just the places I want you to be. All right, we're down to 1, 2, 3 more. Oh, good. This count is right. I just need 1, 2, 3, and I'll need 1 more of these. Perfect. Okay. I can't wait to see this finished one. Yes, there are, this is the wreath kit of the month. It is a subscription, but of course you can cancel at any time. And so I pinned a link to it to where you can get the wreath kit of the month. I pinned a link to it at the very top of the comments up there. And you can go check it out. But you do get, the kit is valued at least $65, but you will always, for the wreath kit of the month, you always pay $52. You'll never pay more than that. And no matter what I decide to put in them, because sometimes I get a little cray-cray and I might put a little extra. It might go over my budget. Let's just put it that way. My accountant tell Heather that I'm thinking of her and we'll keep her in my purse. Aw, yeah, Bridget, she's not happy. No, no, no. And, you know, and also, too, in our line of work, there's not a lot of light duty things to do, right? But we're getting through. We'll get through it. But thank you. Yes, I will tell her. Okay, 1 more to go. And then we're going to make the next set of magic happen. So this guy, I actually envision this being used. You get 2 of them. So I envision them being used in a couple of different manners. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. Okay. The nice thing about Swiss dot, it looks the same on both sides, but if you feel it, you can actually feel the dots. So if there's ever any doubt, just feel it. Okay, before I go any further, let's talk about these guys. These guys, listen to me. I guess. So you could actually go a couple of different ways to integrate this. So I'm going to cut one off. One is you can put it just whimsically like along in here, just randomly, and have it sticking out there. You could, I mean, like all the way around. You could also integrate it into your bow so that it's actually coming out of your bow, or you could do a combination of both. You could also make it more of a focal point, right? So if you took your cluster and made a section, because it's all bendable, right? So you could make it a focal point just itself. But I think for me, I'm going to probably go with more of a all the way around look. So an even distribution of our little pom-pom. And he's on a nice long stem, and I don't need quite that much, but I'm going to trim that back a little bit. Now I will probably want to use some glue with this, but I want to use my twist ties to anchor it down. And then we'll maybe put a spot of glue on top of it. But let me go under the yellow and see what we can do right in here. The yellow is going on top, and that helps camouflage that, right? We don't want to see the mechanics. Y'all, that is so stinking fun. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it now? I'm looking at on the camera, friends, and that yellow just so pops. That yellow pops in there so much. So before I go any further, let me see where I want to put my sign. So again, I always kind of plan it out where I'm going to lay everything, where everything's going to go. So if I put my sign right in here, and then I add more of these all the way around. Now we have 6. So if you remember right, there's 8 twist ties on the top, but my sign is covering 1 twist tie. And my bow will also be covering a twist tie. So we could certainly go along in that lines. Thank you, Pamela. Actually, I might like it. I might want it. Let me cut one a little bit longer before I make my final decision. Let me turn on my glue gun. Hopefully it's got enough juice. I didn't have it on the charger. Bridget. Oh, I like it. What do you guys think with that coming out the side there? So if we put our sign here, have this kind of coming out the side, and still have one more up here, but it will actually be framing our sign. And then we could do the same thing on the bow side. If we put our bow over here, we could frame the bow with it. I like it. What do you guys think? I'm going to use that longer one. And we're going to go right in here. And I don't have to put it under the yellow because the sign's going to be covering it up. Woo. But this one also is going to be covered up by the sign. And we can maneuver them to a certain extent before we secure them down with any glue. You liking that, Joyce? I think it looks amazing like that. All right, so let's go ahead and add our sign. Teresa, frame the sign in the bow? I think so. I think that's my favorite so far. Now, of course, when you get the wreath kit, you know, just like Claire did earlier, you know, I want you to be creative. I want you to, you know, make it your own. You don't have to make it the same way I do. And that's why I give you the entire rolls of ribbon and try to give you enough material that you can use your own imagination if you so desire. We're all creatives, right? That's what we have in common, is we are all creatives. Okay, this one, oh, there it is. That one goes over there. This one goes here. I'm going to go behind. And one more. Get it fed through there, and then I'll flip this over and secure the sign to the frame. Okay, perfect. And as always, I like to find that crossbar right there and use it to help anchor my sign so that it doesn't shift. So I use that crossbar as part of my anchor. If I can grab a crossbar, I'm going for it. Oh yeah, the link to this wreath kit, yes, it is right there. It should be at the very top of your comments. And when I went live, we still had a few of these kits available. And then I also send a wreath, one of the wreath kit of the months to my friend Lori Jacobs of Hardworking Mom. Does anybody know Lori? Ever follow Lori on YouTube? She is a YouTube queen. So she also gets the wreath kit of the month, and she'll go live showing her rendition of it. I don't think she's done her April one yet. I hear a little pitter patter. Yes, yes, yes. That poly jute sheds a little bit, so if you see me dusting it off, it's the poly jute. Okay, that guy is going to have to move. It's going to have to move. All right, come on around here. And let me get him a little more concealed. Carol, I agree. I love watching what she does with our kits. And I just, like I said, I enjoy seeing other people use their creativity and just make it their own. It's so fun. Hang on a second. Let me. What are you doing? Pajamas? Brush your teeth? It's almost 7:30. I heard bouncing around in the room next door to me, or right outside my door. And we have a rule. If you're going to do that stuff, it has to be outside. Oh my goodness, that water's almost gone. Oh, friends, what do you think? I love this. Okay, moving on. Don't stop. Don't stop. Okay, my glue gun is warmed up, so I'm going to come up over here, come up underneath here and hit a spot of glue right on top of this so it helps anchor it. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Go underneath that ribbon because we don't want that glue to show by any means. I don't know if we're going to do... I can do it down here. Hold, please. Oh, yes. It might be a little annoying at first, but they're so fun. And it really pulls the white out of that sign too, right? Okay, let's get our bow maker out here. And let's see what kind of fun we're going to have with the bow. I actually am contemplating doing my 3-ribbon bow where I do all of them at the same time. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, stick around and I'm going to see if I like it that way. So to do that, I have this special spool holder that my dear friend made for me. She actually sells them on her Etsy shop, and it'll hold all 3 rolls of ribbon. So I take, this would be my, this is my outside ribbon. Here, I'll explain it here in a minute. So this would be my bottom ribbon, and then my middle ribbon, then my top ribbon. So when we get done, they would all be stacked on top of each other like this. Now, I might have to be cautious about that yellow because I used a little bit more of that, but let's bring it on over here. So we're going to do all 3 at the same time, and I'm going to make about a 6-inch tail. Do all 3 at the same time. Give it a twist, come down. Now I'm going to come out to the 5-inch mark, give it a twist, 5-inch mark over here. Now, one thing when you do this all 3 of them at the same time, you do have to remember that it will get very crowded if you're not careful what you're doing. So I am going in just about a 1/2 inch. Going to give it a little twist. Go in about another 1/2 inch over here. Give it a little twist. I'm watching that yellow ribbon. Make sure I don't run out. It's very, very close. I'm just barely stair-stepping it down. So a lot of times you'll go like an inch increment, where I'm probably going more like a 1/2 inch. And so that is actually 3, 6, 9 loops on each side. But if I go any shorter, it's in the center. If I try to go smaller here, it's going to make it all bunched up in the center, and the loops won't come out and fluff out. So this is where I stop. I'm stopping right here, and I'm going to give this a 6-inch tail. And ta-da! Charlotte, bless your heart. Charlotte, so I have to tell you, Eli and Emma got your package, and I haven't had a chance to tell you yet. Emma's came about 2 weeks ago, and it had Emma's name on it. And so I set it aside, and I was like, well, I'll wait until Eli's gets here. Well, literally like 2 weeks went by, and it didn't come. So last weekend, before they went to, or when they got back from their grandpa's this past weekend, I was like, I'm just going to let you guys go ahead and open it. Maybe, it's for both of you. And floral wire. And when Emma opened it, we realized it wasn't for both of them. And, I'm like, Eli, I'm sure that there's probably another one, and it just got lost in the mail. Guess what showed up this week? And it had postmarked March 28th on it. I'm like, yes, that's what I figured. So Eli did get his, and they really loved it. They both immediately were like, did Charlotte send this? So thank you so much, girl. They love getting that, getting those prizes in the mail. Who doesn't love to get mail? All right, we're going to tighten, tighten, tighten. And I like to use a zip tie on this because we're going to tug. We're going to tug away. So I added a piece of floral wire before I close up this zip tie completely, because we want to be able to attach it to our wreath here in just a moment. So get it as tight as you possibly can. Get rid of that. And for this one, I like to start on the bottom and pull it out. But now I can give it a yank and a twist. And notice how I am literally just making my ribbon comply, right? So I can twist and pull and tug with that zip tie in there, and it's not going to go anywhere. Now I do have a fluff box that I like to anchor it to, but my fluff box needs an eye hook in it. So let's go ahead and dovetail these. Well, they both got theirs. Yes. It worked out okay. And it got here before Easter. They love the suckers. You're just so sweet, I'm telling you. Okay, we've got the bottom started. Let's go to the next layer. So I want to make sure that I take that coral and bring it off to this side and just bring everything the opposite. So my yellow I pulled over here. So now I'm going to pull the next layer up and pull the yellow this way. And again, twist. Now my mint is going to go kind of in the center, twist, and next one up. So this one, the coral can stay in the center. By twisting it, it really loosens it up or gives it a less bunched up feeling right there in the center by giving it those good twists. I'm not worried about fluffing it right now. I just want it to be separated. And if you haven't already started to get the picture, if we would have put one more row in there, it would have been so stinking tight that we wouldn't be able to have like it just would be really crowded. I don't know how else to describe it. Crowded. All right, now we're going to take that and bring it up here. I feel like to get a more balanced design, I'm going to take 2 of these. Cut them a little bit on the longer side, just based on where my twist tie is at. And I'm going to put them both together, but I'm going to pull them apart here in a minute. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Let my glue gun warm back up. I shut it off because it'll drip. Oh, there we go. So the bow's actually going to be covering this, so I'm not worried about the mechanics right now. All right, let's go ahead and slide this. Now we don't want to put the bow right on top of that. When you put a bow right on top of a twist tie, it sucks the bow down into your mesh. So you want it actually kind of floating on top. So I'm going to go a little bit more towards me with the bow, but it'll still be covering up that twist tie with the loops. Ouch, come on through. I can feel it. And then I stick my hand in the glue. There we go. Now I got it. At least one of them. And let's get the other one. Make sure all my loops are not tucked underneath there. I love these colors together. They're so fun. So see, even when I pull on the floral wire as I'm pulling, it's trying to pull the bow down. Your bow should be resting gently on top of your mesh. It should not be so tight that it's strangled. If that's a thing. Can you strangle your ribbon? I don't know. Thanks, Pamela. So this is one of my famous bows. I love to do all three ribbon at the same time. And if you guys want, when I get a chance here and get done, I can give you the link to where you can get a 3-spool holder. As I said, one of my coaching members, she's in my business coaching group. Her and her husband have an Etsy shop, and they make these 3-ribbon spool holders. Yes. Spit it out, Stephanie. All right, now I've got I can't change the camera view for whatever reason. This is 2 times in a row that my secondary camera is not cooperating. So I'm sorry if this is in your face. I got no choice. I got no choice right now. Here we go. Okay, now I can cut that wire off back here, tuck it in so nobody stabs themselves with it. And again, whimsical, love it. And I'm going to trim these off. These don't need to be quite that long. Because we want to be able to see the ribbon behind it, right? All right, so one more. Absolutely, Nicole. Absolutely. Thank you, Claire. All right, so we've got one more of our little pom-pom, and we're going to put it right underneath our bow up here. So this one's going to go right in here. I don't necessarily have a twist tie to attach it to, so this one's going to get all glue right in here. If I have a glue stick. I'm kind of twirling it around so that the glue gets all over it. And that also helps anchor your bow. So there will be a little glue anchor underneath there. Y'all, I'm roasting. It's roasting. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. There we go. That's the one I needed. Okay. Just trying to get a blend of all of those colors going on here. And that should do it. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Can you get the full vision of it in there? Wow. How fun. A little distracting over here, but hey. How stinking fun. Y'all, this is probably one of my favorite. Absolute favorite. Something else too, when you're adding your little pom-poms, it helps when they combine and kind of connect everything together. So you don't want the sign like standing alone. I used to use the example of you want to be holding hands with other parts of your wreath. So you don't want stuff on top of it. You just kind of want to be barely holding hands with the other things. And that brings everything kind of together. All right, let me see. Thank you. It's 58 in Southern California. Really, Virginia? I don't know what it is right now for us. Let me get that link for y'all. And I have it saved because right there, ribbon spool holder, just for that occasion. Magical Creations is the name of the shop. There is the link. And I don't know why I can't just grab that link. Okay, so Nicole, I'm going to send it to you like that. So I just sent it to you directly, but I'll also put it in the comments down here for those of you that want a link to that ribbon spool holder. And yeah, there you go. Magical Creations, my friend Kim over there, her and her husband do all the ribbon spool holders, and they're super easy to work with. Super easy. Okay. Thanks, Juanita. Y'all, this is probably one of my faves. Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. Again, I can't change camera angles tonight. I will get it up on the wall and get some better pictures for us to look at it. But friends, great for Mother's Day, great for a housewarming gift, great for a wedding gift. And of course, as always, I love it when you do your own version and create your own vision using the Wreath Kit of the Month. So, oh, thank you. You're welcome. All right, friends, do you carry that mesh on your website? So Juanita, I don't have any of this mesh in stock. I ordered this mesh specifically for this kit. So I don't have like spare parts afterwards. We ordered just enough to supply our Wreath Kit of the Month. I have other mesh, but not this mesh. All right, friends. You're very welcome. Thank you and happy hump day. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow because I have another kit that I want to get done. It's not the Wreath Kit of the Month, but it's a cute, fun spring summery wreath kit. So hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good night.